If you got a dream, chase it. Wise words I heard on the radio one time, and they have never been more true than this moment right now in this space where we are welcoming Cody Johnson to open the 90th anniversary of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. How are you, man?
Doing great.
Isn't this crazy?
It's nuts. When we got the opportunity for opening night, I was told, historically, that's like the worst day for ticket sales. And so I was like, well, has anybody ever sold out opening day? And they said, yeah, George Strait and Garth Brooks. And I thought, well, I want to be on that list. So that's the day we're going to take. So take the chance.
Yes, and lo and behold.
So do you know, I'm not sure if you even are aware of this, but do you know that you've joined the ranks of the great George Strait and Garth Brooks, and you have sold out opening night? Yeah!
We got the text yesterday, and I was ecstatic, and I'm like, well, now all I have to do is do my job.
Right.
So that's what I've been doing for the last 2.5 hours, is tweaking every little tiny thing on stage. And, it's fun. It's cool when you do it 17, 18, 19. When you take 20 and 21 off, you come back in, you're like, okay, we haven't done this in a while. And that stage is not an easy stage to play when you want to play it the way I want to play it, where you want to use every part of it. So we've been working our butts off. Now it's time to go get geared up to have the fun part. Well,
we heard some sound check, and it sounded incredible. So everyone's in for a treat tonight who's coming. It's amazing. Speaking of working, we were just chatting off camera. Not only have you been out promoting the latest single, which of course is burning up the charts, and the Human double album, you've also been doing something else, man. You want to fill us in on
What
that?
else do you do? Tell the good folks at home, what else you're up to.
My wife and I bought a ranch in Madisonville, and we've started raising some Corriente steers, and we're working on trying to raise a Brahman herd. And we've got like 6 horses in the barn, and we rope sometimes 2 and 3 times a day. And it's been fun, but it's been a lot of work getting the place going. When you start with the place is 30 years old, it wasn't really kept up in a lot of ways, and we're having to really work hard to kind of get things back in shape. And everybody, I went to Nashville for CRS, and everybody's like, "You're fixing to have a #1 single on the Billboard charts. How does it feel?" And I'm like, man, I don't drink the Kool-Aid. I've been working my butt off.
Yeah, I gotta get back home.
In Texas.
That's absolutely one of the things we totally love about you, Cody, is that you come back. We've just seen you rise and rise and rise and become the great success that you are, and you always have time for us and the rodeo and all of your fans. It's just really beautiful to see that.
Well, I appreciate that. To me, that's the only way to be.
I was going to mention just a flashback. If you recall, the first time you played, we were playing cornhole. Then we're on the back of a golf cart at one point.
Going through the fair.
Yeah, but listen, that's just fun stuff. But the important stuff about those things was that you took the time. We went back. We surprised some livestock kids over in the center there. We actually impromptu shoved you up in front of the calf scramble kids one afternoon, and you gave like this big inspirational TED talk.
I know, it's wonderful.
And all this time, man, it's hard to find another performer who really truly understands the mission of the rodeo like you do. And of course, it's like 550 million we're up to now that's gone towards help educating the youth of Texas. So thank you for your part in all of that.
Well, that's kind of the cowboy background, and being coming from being an FFA kid myself.
Yeah, that's right.
And having those opportunities, and being a high school rodeo kid, and and I still team rope a lot and ride cutting horses and stuff. And I was actually at a team rope, and it was about 1.5 years, almost 2 years ago. And when you walk in the back where the contestants go in, there was a sign that said, "Somewhere in the stands there is a kid that wants to be just like you. Act accordingly."
Right.
And I thought, what a great way to look at it. And so, whether I'm out at a team roping, which this week I'm headed to Fort Worth, getting inducted into the Texas Cowboy Hall of Fame, which is incredible. The next day I'm roping at the Patriot, the number 10.5. So even whether I'm doing that, whether I'm playing in front of 75,000 people, it's like, I want to be an example to those kids, and just know that you can be down home. You don't have to have fame and fortune and change all your personality and the way you act, and you're not better than anybody.
Right.
I think it's a great thing to focus on for kids.
Oh, amen. And it's like, I'm alluding to the song, of course, in case you didn't know, Till You Can, the song I mentioned in the opening, which is a killer song, and it really sums up this whole moment. And I'm gonna, before Jay gets emotional here, which she's prone to.
The most beautiful song. If you haven't already heard it, do yourself a favor and check it out right now. The video clip is stunning.
We gotta let you go and go do some of that work and entertain those 75,000 folks. Thanks for being here, man. We really appreciate it.
As always.
This is Rodeo Houston Unplugged with Cody Johnson.